Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Byakatonda, and I'm here to present my research about the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, mass media and farmers, a combination for creating a knowledgeable agricultural sector. My presentation will have the following: introduction, background of the study, problem statement, objectives of the study, the theoretical framework used in this research that will be used in this research, significance of the study, the methodology, and then the message transmission channel. First of all, we all acknowledge that information has always been a basis for knowledge, and we also agree that knowledge is power. And to attain this information sustainably, mass media has a critical role to play in the dissemination of information to the final beneficiaries. The Ministry of Agriculture has produced several publications, both audiovisuals and those in print. And it has also provided sources for agricultural information to the newspapers and all other radio and TV programs. It has always been the primary source for agricultural information. It also has a website for sharing information for the public and also its own staff. However, most of the information developed, most of the publications made by the Ministry of Agriculture do not reach the intended beneficiaries, the local farmers, the grassroots farmers who really need this information in order to boost their production and productivity. And here now the question that is raised is, what are the best channel? What is the best channel for my Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries to disseminate all the agricultural information to the farmers and its officers out there in the districts? And the main objective of this study is to demonstrate how effectively mass media can be used to spur agricultural development in Uganda. And these other objectives are to identify the challenges faced by the Ministry of Agriculture in the dissemination of agricultural information, and also to identify specific recommendations which, if implemented, can be used to address the ongoing challenges faced by the Ministry of Agriculture in disseminating agricultural information. So looking at this research, I feel the research falls into the mass media system, the media systems dependence theory. And according to it, because according to the topic, we are trying to emphasize how dependency on mass media can boost the agricultural sector. So mass media dependency theory by Ball Rockech in 1974 says that it is a media effect theory, and its basic premise was that media effects flow from the information resources to the media systems that are implicated in everyday life requirements of people or groups, organizations, and other social systems to act meaningfully in ambiguous or threatening social environments. These scholars explain the relationship between media and its users, and that is why users rely mainly on the media and keep hooked to it for any information that comes through the media. Basically, this research is meant to help me achieve an award of Masters in Arts of Journalism and Communications at Makerere University. Then secondly is to identify the proper channel for information dissemination up to the intended beneficiaries in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. I also intend to identify specific recommendations which, if implemented, can be used to address the ongoing challenges faced by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries in disseminating information in Uganda, and also suggest areas for further research for up and coming mass media researchers. The methodology to be used in this research, I intend to use a qualitative approach, and because this provides an in-depth description on the impact of mass media in the Ministry of Agriculture in disseminating the agriculture information to farmers and its officers. And to collect the data needed, I will carry out 4 focus group discussions, and these will be with 8 officers from the Ministry of Agriculture headquarters, from the Information and Communications Division, and then 8 Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries officers from the districts that will be randomly selected. And basically these will be agricultural officers or extension staff. Then the third focus group discussion will be conducted with the top policy management, which involves the commissioners, the directors, and the ministers. And then also the last will be conducted with the farmers from the coffee growing areas. That is with selection of coffee as a high priority commodity crop. And since the government has put a lot of emphasis on it to attain at least export of 5 million bags by 2030. So that's the reason for my selection for the coffee commodity. And here, look at the message transmission channel, whereby we have a criteria, the type, and examples. I'm trying to show that mass media can spur information dissemination by the nature of form of the information, where it can be spoken, written, or audiovisual, and these can be transmitted through the examples of farm visits, farmer calls, meeting, radio, and then written personal letters, farm publication, newspapers, then the audiovisual, the TV, videos, cameras, and then also by nature of personnel, the personal localite, then the personal cosmopolite, then the impersonal cosmopolite. The personal localite here, I look at the local leaders, innovators, and the adopters. Then the personal cosmopolite, I look at the extension agents, the change agents of various organizations from outside the social ecosystem. And then the impersonal cosmopolite is the mass media from outside the social system. Then the nature of contact. How do we transmit this information? They can be transmitted as an individual, in group, or masses. With individuals, here you have the farm and home visits, the farm calls, the personal letters, etc. Groups, we constitute groups, small farmer groups, and train them in the small groups during field days, study tours, and other farmers' field schools. Then the masses, here we call through mass meetings, campaigns on specific agricultural subjects as they may develop. Here, this is also to show you a visual on the contribution of knowing the role of mass media to provide better information about agriculture. as you can see, mass media is at the center, and those outside covering mass media are the forms on how we can put out agricultural information to the intended beneficiaries at the end of the day. With this short presentation, I thank you, and we'll be glad to get feedback from you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a lovely day.